Alright, it is April the 6th and it's time to open my new ISA with InvestEngine. It's a good day, so I'm just going to go to add new portfolio here and we'll get started with our new ISA. So we're going to go with a DIY portfolio for myself because I know the kind of things that I am looking to invest in. I'm going to open a new ISA, so let's just start with the biggies. That's the Vanguard S&P 500, the portfolio. We have a little bit of FTSE 100 here in the UK. We'll get that in as well. VHYL, we have the All World High Dividend Yield. Whoops. Add that. Vanguard Developed World, we are going to add that to the portfolio, and ordinarily we would have had a bit of emerging markets. This FTSE one down here. Now here's the thing. With everything that's going on over in Eastern Europe at the moment, we have taken somewhat of a slump. Now, apart from anything else, this is actually one of Vanguard's more expensive ETFs, so we'll just have a quick look at that. It's at 0.22%. You can pair that with something like the S&P 500, 0.07. So you're giving up 0.15% there. So for right now, I'm going to leave the emerging markets out of this one. There's a lot of tricky stuff going over in Eastern Europe at the moment, and obviously further away again. If we have a wee look and see what exactly is in here, Taiwan Semiconductors, Tencent Holdings, Alibaba. It's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff at the moment that there's a lot of question marks over. I'm going to leave this one out. So we're going to leave that alone and we'll go with these four. So we've got the Vanguard S&P 500, FTSE 100, All World High Dividend Yield, and the FTSE Developed World. So if I continue here, we can review this. So it smashes the whole lot together and lets you have a look and see, all about your portfolio now. Basically what we'll come out with here is about half the money is invested in North America, a quarter in the UK, 13% in Europe, outside of the UK, Asia, Japan, emerging markets, and so on. You can have a look at the sectors. So I'm very heavily involved here in industrials, technologies, financials, and the rest then consumers, minings, energy, making up the difference. And you can go and actually see the stocks that you have here. So when people say, I don't like to invest in ETFs because I want to buy Apple, 3% of my portfolio here with InvestEngine is with Apple, 2.5% with Microsoft, 2.1% Royal Dutch Shell, AstraZeneca, Google, or Google's parent company, HSBC. And you can keep going down the list. Amazon, Unilever, all big companies, all reputable guys here, and plenty of diversity there as far as I'm concerned. So we'll save and continue. Just need to make this ISA declaration. It's important that you do not pay into two ISAs in one tax year. It can cause you problems. That's why I've waited to the 6th of April here to open this account, because that's what you have to do. I've been excited to do it, but here we go. So we accept the ISA declaration, continue. Portfolio has been created and the target weights set. The fact that they are already set slightly worries me because I forgot to do that. So look, it's a good opportunity to show you how easy it is to change these weightings. So if this portfolio, 25% is this FTSE 100, 25% basically for each portion of these. But I want to change that. So I will go to options. I will go to edit portfolio and I can change the weightings here. So I'm going to bump up the S&P 500 to 30%. I'm going to bump up the developed world to 30%. I'm going to bring the FTSE 100 down. And I'm going to bring the high dividend yield down a little bit. Review and continue. So again, you get to review the regions, the sectors, and the holdings that you have. So you can see how the changes that I made to my ETFs have affected my holdings in Apple, Microsoft, and again all the way down the list. If you want to look at all 2,500 odd companies I have there, 2,705. We've got the regions. That has changed slightly, obviously, because I changed the weightings of what I'm investing in and the sectors as well. but we're happy enough. We'll save and continue. Target weights are now updated. Are you ready to invest based on these weights? And we are. So look, as I'm about to invest here, I have to say that none of what I'm actually doing here is financial advice. This is stuff that I've thought about that's going to suit me. Everybody else is going to be different. If you are wondering what you should invest in, or you have any questions, I highly recommend you talk to a professional. Don't get your advice from YouTube. Don't get your advice from Twitter or any people online who think they know what they're talking about. Your investments can go up and down. It's important to go in with your eyes open. And with that said, let's go. So one of the things I like about investing with InvestEngine is that they are regulated by the FCA, and they do take part in the FSCS scheme, which means basically your investments are protected up to £85,000. Now, that's not to say if you lose money with your investments, you're going to get refunded. No, this is if something were to go drastically wrong with your investments, the amount that you have put into these accounts is protected from bankruptcy and so on and so forth, up to £85,000 per account. So that's good to know. Bank cards have already been set up with InvestEngine, so I'm ready to go. So I'm going to open this portfolio with £1,000. Alright, so I have added £1,000 to my account, and I'm now able to invest that. So you get this option for auto investing. That's pretty good. It's a good way to sort of hands off invest. At the same time, every month you can put in a certain amount of money, and away you go. You know, everything's automated. You don't have to think about it too much. You don't get caught up in the emotion. Sometimes it comes up when you're investing, but it's not for me actually, because I quite enjoy moving my money across. I like to see the money going from A to B, and I like to be doing it. It gives me a good feeling about me investing. So I'm going to say do not activate on this occasion. And we are ready to invest my £1,000 that I just moved. So we're buying these 4 securities at these particular weights. So it's going to be 300, 300, 200, 200. Confirm. And our order has been submitted successfully. So tomorrow when the markets open, I imagine that will go through pretty promptly. Feels good. It's nice to get a new account off the ground. If you are interested in investing with InvestEngine, I'm going to be making plenty more content around InvestEngine. Help show you around how to use it, how it works, some of the best ETFs on it in my opinion. I do have a link in the description below. You'll get a bonus £25, and that bonus goes in up front. I will get a little bit of kickback off that as well. This is not, this is not an entirely selfless act, but you can't get that bonus unless you go through a special link. So I have one of those links in the description below. Much appreciated. If you enjoyed this content, or this content has been useful, then it's a good way to show your appreciation. It doesn't cost you anything. In fact, gets you a wee bit extra. So bear that in mind. Would certainly appreciate it if you did that. So in a few days, I think I'm going to have my portfolio update for all my investing for April. So hopefully things will have updated here. I have £19,000 left to find to try and max out my ISA allowance this year. It'd be interesting to see if we can do it. So thanks very much for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.